Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're talking about something most of us have experienced. That moment when something just feels off. Maybe it's a coworker acting differently, someone you're dating, or even a situation at school.
Yeah.
You can't quite explain it, but your instincts are telling you something isn't right. So to talk about that, I'm joined by Sarah, who works in threat awareness. She's also familiar with a tool called Risk Radar. Sarah, let me start with this. Why do people tend to ignore those gut feelings? Honestly, because people second guess themselves. They think, maybe I'm overreacting, or maybe it's nothing. Our instincts are emotional, and without something structured behind them, it can feel hard to trust them. That's really where Risk Radar comes in. It's basically a chatbot that helps you evaluate behavior that feels concerning. It's built from decades of real-world threat assessment experience. Things like workplace violence, stalking, harassment, and even situations in personal relationships. So it's kind of like having a professional guide you can check in with. Yes, Risk Radar is based on the Ground Zero threat algorithm developed by Rich Ward, drawing from more than 25 years of experience in crisis management and threat assessment. The system analyzes behavioral patterns and warning signs associated with real-world incidents, helping users evaluate behavior through a structured and evidence-based approach rather than guesswork. That makes sense, but what would that look like in a workplace situation? Let's say an employee suddenly starts sending aggressive emails or making comments that make people uncomfortable. Instead of trying to figure it out on your own, HR could use Risk Radar to answer a few structured questions about what's happening. Based on those answers, the system evaluates the level of concern and suggests possible next steps. Maybe documenting behavior, monitoring changes, or taking a safer approach to intervention. It helps people respond thoughtfully instead of reacting emotionally. And this isn't just for workplaces, right? It can apply to personal situations too. Definitely. For example, maybe you're dating someone new and you start noticing some controlling behavior or something about their reactions feels uncomfortable. Risk Radar can guide you through simple questions that help you look at the situation more objectively and decide whether the behavior is just awkward or something more concerning. And you can do it privately. That privacy piece is probably really important. It is. Everything is encrypted and your conversation stays between you and the system. You don't need special training or a background in security. The whole idea is to make threat assessment easier to understand and easier to act on. So if someone is listening right now and they've had that something feels off moment, what would you want them to remember? Don't ignore it. Most serious incidents actually have warning signs beforehand. The problem is that people aren't always sure how to interpret them. Risk Radar helps you slow down, look at those signs more clearly, and decide on the safest next step. I like that. Slow down and get clarity. So if something feels off, trust your instincts, but it's okay to get a second opinion too. You can learn more at riskradar.com, where you can explore how the system works and how it helps you evaluate concerning situations in a clear, structured, and private way. That's all for today's episode. Thank you, Sarah, for sharing your knowledge with us. Thank you, Emma, and thank you everyone for tuning in. Trust your instincts and stay mindful. Awareness is everything. And thank you to our listeners for being part of the conversation. Visit riskradar.com and take the first step toward awareness and prevention.